Well, today we're going to be doing a lot of motor swaps. I've already started a bit. I've got this one torn right down, motor ready to come out. We've got axles out, all the wiring disconnected, fuel lines, all that fun stuff. I had a buddy come over last night and he's pretty stressed about his life's kind of being shaken up right now, and about the coronavirus and some other things going on in his life. And honestly, guys, be nice to everybody. There's so much going on in the world right now. You have no idea what's on everybody else's plate. So I didn't want to film it because it was kind of personal, so I just let him have some time where we stood around, talked, and worked on a car, and he felt better when he left. But anyway, we've got this thing ready to basically be pulled here today. I got the axles out. They're over there. I got all these stuff disconnected off the motor. I got the header off for the extra height I need to get this thing out. Motor mounts are all disconnected. Yeah, see that? All motor mounts are disconnected. Power steering's disconnected. This thing should come out pretty easily right about now, but this is a big epidemic that's going around. People are freaking out to the point where it's starting to get quite chaotic everywhere. So just be nice to your fellow man and woman, and so I'll be over and we'll be back to derby season. They've canceled a lot of demolition derbies here in Ontario, and sometimes I don't even know if some of the shows that I've already prepaid to enter to go into, if I'm going to be even allowed to go to. One of the shows I prepaid for the US, hasn't been any word of it being canceled yet, but as of right now, all of the borders are closed. So I might not even be able to go down to the US to participate in it. So anyway, that's enough talk about that. Let's do on some cheerful stuff and pull out this motor. This motor hasn't really ran right for the last couple of demolition derbies. As soon as you get into any type of RPMs, the amount of smoke that comes out of cylinder number 2, this one, is unbearable. It feels like it's missing. It feels like it's got a dead cylinder. And let's face it, this thing was ran without water, and that is where the frost plug fell out, was right behind that. So I imagine there's some damage done to cylinder number 2. So we're going to pull this motor and we're going to set it right there. And once it's sitting right there, then we'll turn our attentions to this car and we're going to start pulling this motor. Yeah, my friends don't want me to run this one. I think it's still a great motor. None of my friends think this is still a great motor. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this motor, we're going to break it down just like that one is. Once that one is on the ground, we're going to lift this one out of this car and put it right into that one. And hopefully by the end of today, we have one running car, and that will be this MyFM car. So that's what we're about to do. I'm hoping to have both of these cars running at the end of today. Probably two videos out of it though. But I don't know. We'll see how this thing goes. We're just getting ready to lift this thing up, and then we'll huck it on the ground. I'll move the jack and all that fun stuff and set it down. So, you guys ready for some motor lifting? Yeah, I think so. Now would you look at that, we got this motor out, and we can kind of take a look at it. That frame rail's not doing so well. It's kind of being pushed back into the firewall. So that means this car is just about done. Maybe one more run and that will be almost to the point where it's unfixable. But that'll be to the point where I can test out this motor to make sure it's still good. So everything's out of it, looks pretty good. Actually, to be honest, it looks like crap. This frame looks like crap. But we're gonna make it run again. We just gotta start pulling this one out. I've already started pulling little things off, got the alternator belt off. But there's still so much to take off this. So let's start prepping this thing. And actually, you know what? Let's go through all the stuff we have to take off. We have to take out the wiring harness, fuel lines, vacuum to booster, alternator lines, motor mounts. There's 4 motor mounts. Shifter, starter. It's just easier to take off the starter because of how the wires are ran. Fuel lines, header's got to come off. Axles, struts, power steering. So much stuff's got to come off. Transmission cooler. So quite a bit of things got to come off this. We're going to start going at it now then. See how long this takes us. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start a timer on my phone. And I'm going to time it. Because if I do this, then I won't sit there and play on my phone. And take half my day playing on my phone. Okay, so... here... Stopwatch timer. No. Boom. Let's see what this is when we're done. I wonder if I can put that up in the video while I'm doing it. 26 minutes. That's how long it took for me to prep this thing to take care. Some of you guys are going to say, oh, you have a hoist. No. Realistically, all I used the hoist for was taking the tires off and getting the bolts out from the bottom. Everything else I did from the top, just like a regular person. That is simple. Now, let's see if I forgot anything. This should come out super, super easy. Okay, let's just lower this a bit. There we go, hooked on. Tighten it up. Slide the engine crank over. There we go. Tighten that down. And lift off. The only thing I'm going to do is remove the front motor mount right now because I didn't want it to drop when I didn't have the crane on it. There, motor mount's out now. Took out the bottom, I just didn't do the top. Just didn't want the motor to fall. Okay, now, oh, it ain't perfect yet. Let's just try to get this thing perfect here. Try that. Back up in the way. Yes, there we go. There we go. She's up. Quick check to see if anything's connected. Nothing's connected. gonna cheat a bit and drop the hoist. There, I don't have to go up as high. It took me 26 minutes to get everything off this motor and get it out. That's pretty easy. Now, I'm going to go throw it in that other car, and then we can pretty much start getting ready to put this thing back together. See if I can do this in one swift motion. I feel like a surgeon doing this. Maybe not as well paid or as handsome as the ones on TV, but geez, I just took the heart out of this car. So my one patient is here. Now I'm just going to quickly throw it in the other one before it stops beating. There we go. Simple enough, isn't it? So the motor's out of the Solera, and it's on the ground because it's cooked. And then the motor's out of this car because you guys think it's cooked, but I don't think it's cooked. So it's going to go back into the Solera. I'm doing 3 heart transplants today, boys and girls. Let's just try to set this thing down nicely. Gotta set the heart in with finesse. It's like falling with style. There we go. I got a nice slow speed going where I can maneuver. Come on, you can do it. Just fall right in there. Go into your home! Oh my goodness, this thing's going right in. Well, almost. Got to bring it back up a bit. It's missing the front motor mount, so she's sitting a little offside. That wasn't too bad. So, got halfway done what I want to get done today. We got the motor in this car. There's a lot of stuff that has to be changed. Fuel filter's got to come off the firewall for this one because this one here doesn't have the attachments for the fuel filter. What else? Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll put the attachments for a fuel filter on. Should have done it before I put the motor in because it's way back there. But nah, maybe I'll just take the fuel filter out of this one, put it in the other one. Starter's got to go back on. Motor mount's all going to get done. This has got to come out because the block, the transmission's actually broken where that goes. That fitting's got to be changed. The transmission coolers have to be swapped over because the other one has to go into this one. Top motor mount I don't really care about. All the electrical has to be done. A little bit changing on power steering because I couldn't get one of the tubes off of this one. So yeah, quite a bit of things that we're going to have to change here today to get this thing back up and going. But that'll probably be another video. Just trying to get a grasp, try to keep all my videos to 10 minutes. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So tomorrow we'll be trying to get this thing running. That is probably going to be the goal for tomorrow, is to get this thing to run, because I need it to run. I need it to move. I need it to win. So thanks for watching. If you guys are scared of doing these motor swaps at home, I just proved it doesn't take much. What was I, 14 minutes to get this thing from a running car to a motor being pulled. So not very bad at all. So, oh well. See you guys back here tomorrow on Zach's Workshop.